Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back on the east side of Pelargir, and now that we have recruited Sirgon, we can go back to Leafshade in Tumbamale, let him know that we have found his bird friend, and I think that would be all before we, at long last, sail to the Shield Isles. I don't know what I'm doing this.
Greetings, friend.
Riding to Pelargir. I mean, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this. We have already taken the time ourselves of actually riding to each location we needed to be to recruit our people, but I really don't see me riding back through Levenin, Dorenernil, Velfalas, and Amphalas. Oh my god, no, that is too much. No. So for this one we are mastering back in Londkirium. We still need to ride back to Tumbamale anyway. Oh yeah, but we need to talk to Kaivar. We are not riding to Ost Arndír yet. To get to the Wave Hunter, which is a pity. I was really looking forward to it, but we can go to Leafshade. I could actually use a mithril coin. That'd be too lazy if I use a mithril coin to pay to win. Maybe it will. I think I have discussed that with you before, how I find mithril coins immersion breaking for the most part, and yeah, they look too pay to win to me. I do have a couple mithril coins that I have gotten from gifts and sales and everything, but I'm actually saving them with the hope that the promised for crafting profession would come in the near future. It seems it will be available for mithril, so I do want to have enough coins for when that comes, so that I can, yeah, get my fourth crafting profession. I mean, I don't know if I want to get a fourth crafting profession on Beriathan. It doesn't seem necessary to me, but I would like to get a fourth crafting profession on my second Warden. I think I have already told you that my second Warden is still going with the old explorer professions. So he has prospecting and forester and tailor. And it seems fitting. I mean, Forester and Tailor go hand in hand, and I think the Prospector doesn't hurt. You have so many other professions that need the ore, that having just one Prospector doesn't seem enough to me. But I would like to complement those three professions with a fourth one, and that would be Woodworker, so that the Forester can sustain both the Tailor and the Woodworker, and it seems fitting. But well, we'll need to wait until that one is completed, I guess. Anyway, we are here in Tumbamale now. Beautiful as ever, and Gwallang isn't here. You can barely see it. It's a bird, and the table is huge. It was huge for Koru, and it's of course gigantic for a poor bird.
You found my friend, Gwallang.
He has quite a story to tell. Gwallang jumps around, chirping and trailing. After several minutes of this, Leafshade rumbles in satisfaction and calls you over to him.
My friend Gwallang, the Lean, says that he misses
and his happiest days were spent accompanying Sirgon the sailor on his voyages. Happier than spending time with me? Gwallang trails for a moment and then Leafshade continues. He says he was very disappointed when Sirgon left the seafaring life behind him. He desires to accompany you, if you will have him. Perhaps when your voyages are done, my friend will return to Tumbamali. But until then, he desires to go with you. Gwallang the Limlin, dweller of Tumbamali, has joined your crew. Awesome. I don't know what use we will have for a bird, but awesome nonetheless. And that is truly all crew members recruited at long last. And with this, we can go back to Kyavar at Lont Kirion, let him know that we are done, and hopefully finally get in the Wave Hunter, ready to depart. So yeah, let's race to the library. Let's see what's going to happen now. All this is metaphorically and literally uncharted territory. It isn't that exciting. I think I made the wrong turn, but isn't that exciting? I've been doing some preparations of camera for our journey to Umbar. I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I think I will show that to you in just a moment when we are ready to sail. Oopsie, it's over here. We are done.
Have you assembled a crew for the Wave Hunter?
You tell Kyavar about the crew you have recruited for the mission to Umbar and he nods. They sound quite capable, Beriathan. I think you have done very well, and I am glad to have been of service. I suppose it is nearly time for us to depart.
The rest of your crew must have arrived at the Wave Hunter by now.
And they surely wait for you to join them. Yes, I am coming too. I hope that the brave men and women you have recruited will have courage enough to spare some for me. For the specter of this voyage fills me with trepidation. I will be fine, Beriathan. I have to be. Lead on. Alrighty. With this we can use our milestone. Thank God we never changed it to Ost Arndír and the Wave Hunter. Oh my God, that is exciting. That is so exciting. I mean, I love Gondor, you know, and I have enjoyed my journeys in King's Gondor and Outer Gondor as much as possible, but we are finally getting to Umbar. Well, not Umbar per se, but the Shield Isles. That is still Umbar for me. I don't know if geographically that counts. I think it does. It's my understanding it does. And in any way, we are leaving Gondor behind and going into uncharted territory, as I said. God, is this exciting. Naudil and others of the crew prepare to depart. I gotta say, I expected the rest of the crew to be waiting for me outside as well, but we only see Naudil and Sigileth. Don't get me wrong, I am glad to see them both in here, but I wanted another one. Let's see what they have to say, because I have an idea for a picture.
The sailors were up before dawn, but that was still not enough.
The sailors were up before dawn, making the ship ready to sail, but it seems that was still not enough. When will be the last of these unending delays? My son is still in the hands of the kindred of the coins and must be rescued with all speed. My husband will see to the safety of Peanut Galen while I am away, but as you are the one King Elazar has chosen for this mission, you will be responsible for the lives of all those aboard the Wave Hunter, Beriathan. I care not for my own life, I care only for that of my son Thorongil. Bring me to his captors and I will do what is necessary. Ah yeah, of course, Naudil and Sigileth have personal stakes in this mission, so makes sense.
It seems we are once again to be the hidden guard.
Yeah, isn't that exciting? The Hidden Guard, it's a very fitting name for this endeavor as well. Plus, the new 3 hunters that I've been talking about endlessly since chapter 1. Journeying in secret to rescue a captive. Nay, for this time the captive's number 2, and one of them is my own brother. Let it be a consolation to us that the place we must go can shelter no evil as great as that which lurked within the walls of Dol Guldur. I do wish I had my knives for this mission. Lanhigil and Ignasigil would make short work of the kindred of the coins, although I understand Elazar is hopeful we can return Thorongil and Korudan without bloodshed. I think that is unlikely. I have been training with this blade just in case. I have not yet given it a name. I am sure you will in time, but here in my vault, I think I still have one of Sigileth's knives. I am not 100% sure. Did I destroy it? Is it on the shared storage? Please tell me. I must have it somewhere. I don't remember what I did with that knife, to be honest with you. Or maybe I have it stored in one of my house storages. I am so mad that I don't have it now. Like, I want to give it your knife, Sigileth. I mean, the game is not acknowledging that to my knowledge. And I would be so mad if I find out that there was a way of giving Sigileth her knife and I missed it. But that doesn't seem likely right now. Now, yeah, give me just a moment. I'm gonna turn the quest rings off for just a moment because we are going on a mission of secrecy, as Sigileth has just said. And a mission of secrecy, the secrecy of the mission would be spoiled if I were to travel through Umbar with my Citadel Guard uniform. I mean, that is as big of a takeaway as you can possibly imagine. I mean, the secrecy would be immediately destroyed by me using this outfit. So I've been preparing a new one for the occasion. It's a very simple outfit. I mean, I thought for a moment maybe using the new Umbar outfits that we've gotten with the expansion. As you can see, it looks kind of nice. And it even, some of the other pieces I've been using also fit as well. So it's a good outfit, but I think I'm gonna go actually with this one that you get from the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner. And this particular version of the outfit is dyed steel blue, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I like the red one alright, but I think the blue one works a little bit better. And I prefer the blue one a little bit more. So, just want to get... yeah. This ship is technically mine now, so I'm just gonna... yeah, because we are ready to depart. Oh yeah. Take a look at this. Yeah, we have a mission of secrecy, so we are not using our Citadel Guard uniform for the time being. I'm still a little bit second guessing myself on the color for the outfit. I have a version with event in blue and another version with navy. I guess we can try some of them out, but and you know what? This would be a great moment to do so. I hope you don't mind. It's gonna be just really quick. I have this on my wardrobe and everything. We can try the event in blue version. As you can see, in here is a little bit more lively. And if we go with the navy, it's a little too washed out for my liking, but I think the steel blue looks a little bit more solemn, a little bit more, I don't know, dramatic. It's the right word, a little bit more appropriate for a secret mission, if you will.
I rose with the dawn and helped the sailors prepare the Wave Hunter for its voyage.
Thank you once again, and a million times more, for allowing me to sail with you, my friend. I feel alive again, and the feel of the deck beneath my feet has given back to me the vigor of my youth. To sea at last.
Are you ready to give the order? None but you can give it.
Is it time to leave your familiar shores behind? Oh boy, is it time. Yeah.
Very well, my friend. Ready the sails?
It is time for the Wave Hunter to ride the river down to the sea and then to make for the city of the Corsairs.
And so the voyage of the Wave Hunter begins. Umbar awaits.
So, Kaivar, Sirgon, Nauriel, Sigileth, Beriathan and Gwallang, Gangur. I think all of our crew should be here then. Beriathan and Sigileth, Gwallang and Gangur, Nauriel, well, Eladan, Sirgon, Kaivar. We are missing, well, Galengam, Elrohir, Legolas and Gimli. Beriathan, Gwallang, Gangur, Eladan. Yeah, I'm wondering about Galengam. Where is he? He's the only one of the optional crew members I don't see here. Ainoak suggested that you recruit the Corsair Jajax for the crew and he refused the offer, but I was under the impression that his brother Daxamat would be a little less, I don't know, a little less wild perhaps? But he's clambering all over the Wave Hunter as if he has not a care in the world, and without the slightest thought that he might fall from any of these perches, each more perilous than the last. Will you beckon for him to come down? He is making me nervous. Sure.
There is nothing to fear. This is not my first time aship. Tell the young scribe to come up here.
He's not gonna do it.
I do not feel so well.
He will get used to the motion in time.
I have not felt this youthful in years. Our course leads down the Lagordwin to the Bay of Belfalas, and then we will truly be on our way. Like young Kaivar, not all of the Wave Hunter's crew have before been at sea. I suggest that you speak with the folk you recruited and learn how the river passage treats them. The waters in the bay will be more unruly than this, and if the rocking in Lagordwin disturbs them, it may be helpful to know and guard against further upset. I understand the dwarf Gimli has in his possession a remedy for seasickness. He may need to share it with Kaivar at least, and perhaps with others. Most likely Gangur. I have never been to Umbar, Beriathan, and neither has my brother, unless he has somehow managed to escape my notice and had some adventure about which he has told me nothing. But I find that unlikely. I wonder if elves live among the sea folk that call Umbar their home. I will have to put this question to the Corsair Daxamat sometime in the next few days. It could be he has seen elves in the city or along the cape during his time there, before the Kindred came to power. The one who abducted my son Thorongil, this Nakasi Wave Reaper. You said you know who she is? You tell Nauriel of the stellar encounter between Nakasi and the heirs of Castamere that resulted in the death of her husband Tumuldo. Nauriel stares at you with narrowed eyes. She will have no sympathy from me. Bad things happen. If she does not return my son to me unharmed, I will send her to see her husband at once. I may do this anyway. Let her and her masters beware. A Knight of the Green Hills does not grant mercy without good reason, and the mother of an endangered child never does. I have been thinking about something, my friend. So much good stone is covered by rivers and by lakes, and by the sea as well, I imagine. What precious gemstones lie hidden down there, out of reach? Is that the secret of the Temamir? Do the arid lands of their birth yield such valuables to them more easily than ours? And yet, they still need water to drink. I look forward to learning how it is done when we arrive in Umbar. The gemstone worn by Koltek the Cunning is an intriguing mystery, but it is one I intend to solve. Gwallang the Limbling hops excitedly up and down, occasionally cracking the shell of a snail he has caught up on the railing of the Wave Hunter. He seems very happy to be sailing with Stirgan again. This blade has to earn its name, Beriathan, and I cannot give it a name that might prove to be the wrong one. Weapons are like children, or so I have heard, it said. The elves of Lorien called my brother Korudan the River Walker, for he was often away from home exploring the lands up and down the Anduin. Will this adventure now make him the Sea Strider or the Bay Rider? I will have to tell him this when we rescue him. He will love to hear it once he is safe. Oh, excuse me, Beriathan, I did not mean to be rude. I was contemplating the bridge over the Lagordwin. Such an impressive feat of stonework. The city of the Corsairs has been many things over the years, but for some of that time it was Sea Haven of Numenor. There must be architectural wonders there too, and I am eager to see them. My wife Bruidis cares less for such things. Where is she now? She has gone below decks, intending to assess our stock of supplies. I told her the voyage itself should not take more than a few days, but still she wanted to ensure we have food and water enough. I told you before, did I not? I am a swan knight and my martial skill is well developed. But my wife, Bruidis, is the strategist of the family. If there is thinking to be done, she is the one to do it. The bridge of the Lagordwin, oh yeah. You're totally right, that is an impressive bridge. Okay, I guess now we go below deck. Awesome. Bruidis. Do we have anything else in here? Elro here. Cool, I was looking for you. This ship isn't like those of my people, Beriathan. No, I do not intend that to be an insult. Even a ship made of rough-hewn timber is still to be prized if it stays afloat and keeps you from a watery grave. I think it is simply the way of the men of Gondor to value the use of a thing higher than the beauty of its form. Yeah, that's true of all men, not just the men of Gondor. Oh, Legolas! And Gimli! Cool to see you! I have given some thought to our voyage, Beriathan. I believe the city of the Corsairs must remain a bustling port city despite the defeat of Balahor the Scourge and the heirs of Castamere during the War of the Ring. Do you think the arrival of the Wave Hunter can go unnoticed when we draw near the port? I cannot decide if it's more or less suspicious of us to arrive by night. Perhaps some of Galasgil's sailors will give their opinions. I have not yet needed the seasickness remedy you and Legolas procured for me, Beriathan. But all the same, I believe I will stay below decks for now. Do you think I should share it with Kaavar? I will have it ready if he asks me for it, but I do not want to give it all away, just in case. We are not yet out in the bay, after all. Legolas says he expects the rocking of the ship to become more pronounced when we leave the river behind us. How fares my husband Rosaran? No doubt he gawks at the scenery, though, through which the ship passes. Ah, he's a dear man. Two things he loves besides me, Beriathan, faithfully serving his king, and marveling at the great feats performed by the prospectors and stonemasons of Gondor. Sometimes I wonder if he should have been born a dwarf. I have been checking our store of food and water, and it seems that we should have enough for the voyage to Umbar and back. The Wave Hunter is well prepared for the journey. I confess to you that it is our arrival at the city of the Corsairs that now most concerns me. Alright, it seems that's it for the people on this level of the deck. We should be going down. Gwallang, I was starting to worry about you, buddy. What's that? Oh, nothing. I am just thinking. What goods do you think the people of Umbar might value? If I were to establish a market along the docks of the city, what things would fetch the highest price? Will items from Gondor be considered valuable or worthless, Beriathan? I cannot decide. At least I will have a few days to think it over. Yeah, of course, Gwallang is always thinking about the goods. And here we have Kaivar at long last. So from our optional crew members, we have met them all, yeah. And from the mandatory ones, we have Nauriel Sigileth, Legolas and Gimli, Sirgon, yeah. We know Daxamat is here, it's just that we haven't met him yet. I am alright now, Beriathan. It was simply the sight of Daxamat clambering out over the railing of the ship that made me feel queasy. I think I will remain below decks for the rest of the voyage, unless you need me above. I cannot imagine you will. The sailors of Amphalas seem very capable. Oh, there we go.
In time, even young Kaivar became used to the gentle rocking of the ship as the wave hunters sailed out into the bay.
Okay, what now? Thank you for keeping me company, Beriathan, but I will not ask you to remain below decks for the whole voyage. Feel free to go above and take in the fresh air. So, there may be marvels such as this in the world, but sailing is not for me. Poor Gimli. I think that's it. Okay, now we gotta go up here. Sirgon, anything to say? No? Can it have been? Yeah, I wonder the same, Gangur. Yeah, nothing else in here, so let's go out. Some members of your crew are taking and enjoying the breeze of the sea. Sigileth, Legolas, Nauriel, Daxamat, Ruidis. We are at the wind's mercy and cannot speed our journey. Eladan and Elro here. I understand we still have a long way to go before we reach Umbar. The sea breeze is most pleasant, is it not? Ah, Gwallang is over there. Gwallang, anything to say? No? Chirp chirp? Anything? Okay. Are all voyages by ship so dreadfully dull? I am eager to arrive. Yeah, I thought you would be more out of your element in this journey, but it seems you are taking it way better than I anticipated. The voyage is well underway, and now our thoughts turn to our arrival at the city of the Corsairs. What will we do if the kindred of the coins greets us at the dock, Beriathan? I said we would once again become the hidden guard, but there is very little that will be hidden about our mission if our foes see us arrive from atop the walls or from the watchtowers of Umbar. Yeah, and you have to remember the last time the hidden guard had a mission, it went badly. With the death, Radir, Sigileth, what was the name of the other one? Well, Arhador, of course, died as well. The other elf, the one that Broin fell for. Oh my god, I don't remember her name right now. It's gonna come back eventually.
Most of us have never been to the city of the Corsairs. We need someone who has been there to teach us what to expect.
I expect treachery. I expect villainy. The kindred of the coins will pay for taking my son. and for abducting my brother as well.
The city has changed since the kindred came to power. Perhaps for the better, perhaps for the worse. But I can try and tell you some things that may help.
Yeah, please go on. Oh. I was never really one for study, but I will tell you what I know. The name Umbar comes from the word Umbrumara, the fruitful land, but its position on the southern side of the bay means it was greatly desired by many and often changed hands. It was a colony of Númenor, it was the southernmost port city of Gondor, and it was briefly held by the kingdom of Hamad, which ruled in Near Harad before the great empire of Orda came up from the south and conquered both. Much of that is ancient history. If my brother Jajax were here, he would tell you that Umbar came into its own when the city became the city of the coursers, and its children preyed upon any fat vessel that dared traverse the waters of the bay bearing jewels, wine, gold, or silver. He would tell you too that the rich merchants and rulers of the city would take their portion of the coursers' plunder, and the wealth would pool in the coffers of those who already had plenty. He would speak at length about this. After the war, Umbar is now ruled by a fellowship calling itself the Kindred of the Coins. I have told you what my brother and I learned about them, little as that may be, but you have assembled a mighty crew and I trust you will be able to deal with them. I hope so, yeah. When the great southern empire of Orda dominated Umbar, the conquerors brought their religion with them. The Orda king worshipped a mysterious figure they called He Who Sees All, and it is clear now that this must have been the Dark Lord Sauron. During this time, the coursers were directed to prey more and more upon Gondor. Years ago, in response, a great hero of Gondor attacked the city, but while it may have slowed the attacks upon Gondor's coastline for a time, it also stoked the flames of hostility. When the war arose, black Númenorians calling themselves the Heirs of Castamir were quick to heed the commands of Sauron. I blush to admit that I served the Heirs of Castamir, as you know. I wanted nothing to do with a Dark Lord or with aiding terrible forces of evil. I just wanted someone to tell me what to do. Many of the Umbarian may be the same. I understand the temple of Sauron that was once called Magda Corvo has fallen into ruin and is now called Magda Dahak. What is the difference? Oh, let me see. It is basically like changing this is the place of the old sin one to be this place is the place of lies. That is not something the Dark Lord would allow surely, so I think it means he is well and truly gone. Yes. Geography of the city? Outsiders may call it Umbar, but the true name of the city is Umbar Baharbil, the city of sails. It was first built long ago where the river Ilmakash flows out of the Haradwide and into the firth of Daklajana, opening onto the Bay of Belfalas. It has always been an ideal trade haven, for it stands between the realm of Gondor to the north and the Desert Kingdoms to the south. The city itself is divided into 7 wards, with 2 additional outer wards beyond its walls. The Citadel of Winds perched atop a rocky island only accessible by a fortified bridge. The Fleetfast, oldest part of the city, an ancient fortress and artificial military harbor constructed around a high promontory on the western side of the city. The Stuna in its center is a man-made island built thousands of years ago by the Númenorians, but repaired in recent days by the Umbarin. The Sail Haven, a perfect natural harbor protected by stout walls and a chained sea gate. It is always busy here, bustling with traders and fishermen. Being at sea level, it is the lowest of all the wards, but among the most important. The upper and lower wards where live the residents of Umbar Baharbil. Folk like my brother and me lived in the lower of the two, and the wealthier denizens lived higher up. I understand the revolt that resulted in the installation of the Kindred of the Coins and the expulsion of the Heirs of Castamir began in the lower ward. My brother thought that was... what did he say? To be expected, that was it. The Tor Gardens, a sanctuary for learning music and art. I never spent any time in the Tor Gardens. The Shoreward Stone, occupied not by men but by dwarves. Not many are allowed there. Outside the 7 wards of the city and beyond the walls, tents and trade caravans fill the surrounds where outsiders gather before entering the city. This area is dangerous, disorderly, and frequently violent. My brother and I often got up to mischief out here. Very entertaining. Okay. Citadel of Winch, Fleetfast. The Stuna counts as a ward. Sail Haven, upper and lower wards, the Tor Gardens, the Shoreward Stone. I lost count, but well, there you have it. I see. You will hear many languages in the streets and alleys of Umbar Baharbil, such as the Ordakai of the Great Southern Empire and the Temik spoken by the dwarves who emerged from the Shoreward Stone, but the most common is Umbari. Most residents name themselves in Umbari and will refer to places and things by their Umbari names. For example, the Bay of Elfalas is Avamatu, coursers are Garadi, the shield isles that lie to the northwest of Umbar are called Siraktarka, and the dangerous rocks that lie about them are Sherakskin, the grinding jaws. We will be avoiding those, I hope. I never had any call to read, but my brother tells me that writing in Umbari is done from right to left, and vowels are a fairly recent invention. Huh. If I had spent any time in the Tor Gardens, perhaps this would mean something to me. Perhaps. Sounds very Arabic to me. But I don't know a whole lot of Arabic, so I might be really wrong. Umbar's military force must be in a state of upheaval after Valahor's defeat and the revolution in which the heirs of Castamir were overthrown. I do know there was a small standing army of Haradrim warriors that were maintained by the Empire of Ordak, but most of them sailed to the war and were lost at Pelargir. When I was young, most soldiers of Umbar were footmen and only captains rode horses into battle. They wielded spears, maces and swords, and carried bows of horn and wood. I do not know if that is still true. Their true power, of course, is at sea, with both oared and sailed Romans called Jasha in Umbari. Something else I remember from childhood that must be surely still be true. Umbar possessed a strong tradition of gladiatorial combat. Successful gladiators, called hulis, numbered among the wealthiest and most prestigious folk in the city. Combat was not usually to the death, although accidents did happen from time to time. Umbar is not a place of lawlessness, despite what is said in Gondor. In fact, Umbari law is mostly similar to that of Gondor, since both were established by the Númenóreans. The Church of Sauron suspended many of the traditional laws, but now that the temple is ruined, I think the judges, the Malif, seek to restore the Umbari Codex of Laws, the Kitab. Oh, there is one big difference between the laws of Gondor and Umbar. In Umbar, a criminal can ask to be sent to the arena for a trial by combat, where they must fight a number of bouts as a hulas. The number is determined by the judgment of their Malef. It is different when you are a ship, of course. The only Malef on the courser ship is the ship's captain, who makes all the rules and carries out all the punishments. Okay, this is all very interesting. I hope you find it as interesting as I do. I am not much of a teacher. My brother Jajax is the talker in the family, but I hope to be a help to you. What do you want to know? Okay, yeah, we have learned enough, I think. So we gotta go back to Kaivar now. Below decks, yeah, way below. Thanks for checking in on me, Beriathan. You say the courser Daxamat spoke about what we can expect when we reach Umbar? I should have liked to hear that, assuming it was good news. You tell Kaivar what you learned, and he nods. A little good and a little bad, then. It sounds to me as if we have our work cut out for us when we arrive. At least the sailing has been easy. I expected worse. There we go again.
But every sailor knows this truth. The temper of the sea is changing.
Okay, the Shield Isles. This is what I expected. Breedis and Rosaran. The storm rages and the seas are wild. We have to take down the sails or the wind will tear our masts to splinters. The sailors and the elves are found above, but I cannot tell if they are still alive. Walk to the deck and weather the storm? Sure. What do we do? What are we to do? Ivar, Daxamat, Gwallang. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't like the sound of that storm. We will not tremble before it, but please don't provoke it. Will the wind and the waves crush our ship to pieces? These are not foes I can fight. Storms have become more frequent in the bay, I swear it. Where is Gangur? I don't expect. Is he upstairs? Poor Gwallang. The storm rages. Yeah, we can talk to Legolas, but I insist. Ah, here is Gondor. Sure. And our poor friend Gwallang. Is he somewhere around here? Was he below deck and I didn't see him? He'll be fine. The sails have been taken down, but we are not yet safe. There is a presence in the wind, and it seeks to batter our ship beneath the waves.
This is no natural storm!
Yeah, here I thought we were already clear of unnatural storms. Seems it's not the case. Wave Hunter, what am I gonna tell Orgolas now? How's the ship? You did denizens of the shields? Voyage's end. Huh. Very fitting name, if you ask me.
Natural storm that brought the voyage of the Wave Hunter to an early end. We have run aground upon the Shield Isles. Let us wait for the rain to stop, and then we will decide upon our next move.
Alrighty. And this is as much as I hoped. Yeah, the intention was to sail straight to Umbar, as you have seen, but our plans change. I do want to still check with the crew. Well, I don't see them. But yeah, as you have seen in here, we have arrived to the Shield Isles at long last, and we are ready to continue our journey. There is a milestone in here. Okay, that's good, because we might need this. Alright, now we have a task board in here. I have done some tasks with the citizens of Umbar Harbor, and I might do some more of them, if you don't mind. So we can start working on that reputation really quick. In the meantime, as I have told you, I have decided to change the outfit on one hand to keep the mission secrecy, but on the other hand, because, well, as Yoret suggested, we are going to a more tropical place. It's gonna be really hot, so the uniform didn't seem to be the best option of attire for this endeavor as well. If you saw when I took the last picture, we are also using a different set of weapons. A spear, shield, and maybe the sword will be different, because once again, those are Gondorian weapons, and it would destroy the mission secrecy if we were to use those kind of weapons in Umbar. So yeah, the weapons also changed, and I will also be using a different horse. I still have not decided what will be the in-game explanation for me using a different horse, but we'll figure that one out.
We are lucky to be alive.
The storms that arise in the Bay of Belfalas can be fearsome, and these isles are often lashed by the worst of them. Ours is not the first ship to run aground on these isles, and I cannot believe it will be the last. I have been to one of the southernmost islands in this chain before. Samarsir it was called. My brother and I sheltered for a time among the freebooters who lived there, but the Ajax did not want to stay and I could not remain by myself. We were young then, only children. It must have changed in the years since. But our arrival has to attract some attention. Look among the trees. These isles are not deserted, Beriathan, and the men who live here may seek to do us harm. You feel eyes upon you from the tree line. No one has seen Gondor Farwind since we ran aground, and that's great. What about the others? I wonder. The men stare at you warily, Matan and Ozal.
The storm chewed up your ship and spat you out, stranger.
But it must have not liked the taste of you. Most of the ships devoured by Shedda's kin arrive upon the Shield Isles in more pieces than this, and with fewer survivors. Shedda's kin? That is the Umbari word for the rocks that surround the island of Bakajat. It means the grinding jaws. And theirs is the smile that welcomes strangers to these isles. But someone else must smile upon you and upon your crew, for while your ship will not sail again, you have your life, and that is more than some retain when they come here.
There will be little for us to salvage today.
Matan and I listened to the driving rain of the storm last night, and I told the two of us a new wreck would decorate the islands this morning. We arose early, before any others, and came here in haste, but we were rewarded with disappointment. The isles have their new decoration, aye, but the grinding jaws did not finish their meal, and too many survivors got the wreck. There will be little for us to salvage today, but I tell you this, life in the Shield Isles is hard, and not all who arrive here as you have can endure it. You survive the storm, but will you survive the week? Will you survive the day? Oh, it is no threat, stranger. I am simply making conversation. I am not intimidated by your words. I'll be fine. My crew will be fine. I hope Gondor is fine.
I knew I did not like sailing. How can it be that Seagon missed it?
A sailing ship is a hateful thing, and as unpleasant a creation as I have ever known. You remind Kyavar that were it not for the stronghold of the Wave Hunter and its brave crew, he would not have survived the storm. Kyavar shakes his head. Yes, he mumbles. I suppose it could always be worse, but I am done with ships. You mark my words, Beriathan. From this day forward, I will take the land road, no matter how out of the way it may run.
Some of the crew have already gone to scout the neighboring isles.
Waiting for the rain to end was a burden for some of the crew, and of that number, many of them have already gone to scout the neighboring isles. Nauril declared she could not wait and pressed through the trees to the south, and I saw Sigilid wading through the waves to the southeast of here in search of I know not what. Does she think the ship carrying her brother to Umbar ran afoul of the rocks as we did? As for Gimli and Legolas, I heard the elf calling for Gimli to follow him to the southeast in search of game animals, but I do not know how far they might have traveled. I think they may have gone as far as Samarsir. The rest of the crew may be scattered across any of the Shield Isles, Beriathan. We need them to return so we can decide what to do next. Are you gonna mark the location of the optional crew members? Doesn't seem likely, and that is a pity. Because that means we gotta do a lot of exploration on our own to find them all.
Tell me what I can do to help.
Could have tried to keep the crew from scattering across the isles, but I did not think to say anything until I was too late. You ask Daxamat what he believes can be done now to ensure that the loss of the Wave Hunter does not spell the failure of your mission, and he scratches his chin. Many of our supplies fell overboard when the Wave Hunter ran aground, he mumbles. Perhaps we should recover what we can. You agree with the Corsair's assessment and encourage him to help you recover the lost supplies. Yes, one step at a time. I can manage that. Thank you, Beriathan. We will retrieve the supplies we can. Some of them may be floating just offshore, but others may have fetched up along the coast of the nearby islands. Okay. Here we have Rosaran.
Many of the sailors who crewed the Wave Hunter sustained injuries during the storm.
Ambroides wants to prepare a salve that will help make them more comfortable while they recover. She has set me to fish, for apparently this salve has need of fish scales. But there are other ingredients to be gathered. Speak to her and she will tell you what else she needs if you are of a mind to help. Alrighty. Who else needs my help, Sirgon? Oh, the Dockmaster, of course.
Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. You must see that the Valar smile upon us.
We have our lives, after all, and the successful conclusion of your mission still lies ahead. This is not an ending, but a beginning. I have lost friends to the rocks that guard the Shield Isles, it is true, but today, the stronghold of the Wave Hunter and the resilience of his crew has delivered us here safely. Rejoice for that and celebrate the good fortune and the blessing of the powers that aided in its accomplishment. I have not set foot upon this island chain in many years, but it will take me only moments to refamiliarize myself with them. If you will go to several locations and look, your report may help you remember the geography of these islands. Perhaps you can start at the beach across the lagoon to the south, a beach to the northwest of the Wave Hunter, and the beach on the western side of this island. Sure thing. So, let me get this. Let me get the Dockmaster. Okay. And let me talk to Broides really quick and see what else she needs. He felt overboard during the storm. Yeah, I'm gonna look for him. We have at least one rescue to do.
Rosaron has enlisted you to help me gather the ingredients I need to brew the salt.
He is a good man, my husband, but you would have offered to help me anyway, would you not? I think I am a good judge of character, not just of husbands, but of friends as well. This salt requires herbs, though enough to grow on the nearby beach. Tough enough to grow on the nearby beach, sorry. Flour is nourished by the damp air blanketing the isle, and several pieces of tree bark which you should be able to take from a large great tree I saw to the west. Bring these ingredients back to me and I will tell you about the next steps. Oh, that's not all. Starter, okay. An evil bird. Alright. We're meeting some of the local fauna. Palm branches, cool. Okay. Now, something else that I also know I gotta keep an eye out for is treasure caches. There are treasure caches in the Shield Isles. And as far as I understand, it's the only location in Umbar that has treasure caches. But yeah. I have the feeling we should also be looking for poor Gangur out there somewhere. Ah, the other herbs. Silly me. I know about Gangur, please. Let me collect the herbs. They are on this side. At least complete Broides' request. Or the first part, anyway. barrels. Alright.
You found the things I need.
I am very pleased to hear it, Beriathan. Now you need to steep each of the ingredients in the top of water I have prepared to the southeast. The herbs, the longest, followed by the flowers, and finally the tree bark. After you have added each of these things to the water, speak to Rosan and obtain as many fish scales as he can give you, and add those to the top last of all. To the southeast. Oh, here. There are some barrels as well. The herbs sink into the water, now what? The wildflowers vanish beneath the surface of the water, but nothing changes. The tree bark sinks into the water, but nothing obvious changes. Not yet, I hope. Oh, these are all the barrels we need. Good. Hopefully we can complete Daxamat and Broidis. Hopefully.
This is a good start, is it not?
I will bring the supplies we recovered inside the Wave Hunter to protect them from the wind and the rain. We will be glad to have them if we must remain on the Shield Isles for some days, and the weather here is changeable. I told you that Jajax and I grew up on the island of Samarseer to the southeast among the freebooters. There was a settlement there called Halrax, home to thieves and cutpurses, and it could be violent at times, but it was home. I might have stayed there forever and known nothing of the wider world, but when Jajax decided to leave, I went with him and did not look back. I wish my brother were here. I wonder what he is up to now. Never mind, Beriathan. I have to bring these supplies inside. There will be time for thinking later on. I do not doubt it. Right now is the time for survival. So, these are level 145 quests. I'm still running with the tortoise a little bit more. A little bit longer.
Your timing is just about perfect.
Where I have finished scaling the fish. The fish are caught. Here you go. What next? You need to add the scales to the water top? Go on then. Rosaran gives you the scales from the several fish he has caught. Up again we go. The fish scales join everything else in the top. Is the salve complete? I hope.
All done? Very good. And thank you.
The salve will take a while to steep, but once it is prepared, I will have Rosaran bring it around to the injured sailors. You have done more than enough, and we appreciate every bit of it. But do not let me distract you any further. There is surely work to be done elsewhere on the Shield Isles, and I know the Lady Naudel wants nothing to delay the rescue of her son from the kindred of the coins. But I know a thing or two about such things, and we will want the members of the crew to be as rested and comfortable as they can be when the time comes to man the rescue. Injured men fight poorly, no matter how brave they may be when, hail, or during peacetime. Thank you once again, Beriathan. We will not forget that you helped us. All of us. Okay. Oh. Completed the Isles, Broidis, and Rosaran. And I got some Virtue XP for loyalty, which is now capped. Okay. And that experience went to Justice, the Justice trait, but I'm not interested in leveling Justice right now. I think I would go with Confidence? Valor? Let's go with Valor. Seems good enough. Alrighty, yeah, but this is truly all the time we have for today. So, once again, I thank you so much for watching. This has been all on today's episode, but I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.